crit 10 out of 10 times, every time.
The best part is when I'm like, I wasn't like specifically preparing for them anyways, but now I'm shaking.
Yeah, so we do have Eve on the blue pup versus notsmoke on the vanilla color, the pink dress peach. This is a tough matchup. I was super doomer about this matchup as a peach main for a while. Hungry Box PTSD.
Yep.
However, I think that both Laud and Trip have shown that Peach can do it. That is still a bad matchup.
It's not amazing, but like Laud doing like you're gonna need to help me out as the Peach man. There's like 3 different float variations, but it's the sub float, the like super low one where you can like float under up air and that kind of stuff. I know it was really useful against Falcon, but you also see it to cover a lot of the aerial drift from Puff.
Yeah, so that's one of the, what happened just right there is a really difficult thing that you have to deal with as a Peach player. Puff is able to sometimes just roll through with down air and just fish for a shield poke, much in the same way that Peach will fish for shield pokes with down smash. Puff does the same thing with down air, and it's a guaranteed grab or a guaranteed up smash, and it's just the easiest kill. Sometimes you can just sit there and down air over and over again on their shield, and there's not really a whole lot Peach can do about it. Well, it's really tough.
And because of, Puff's aerial mobility with like huge, like fastest aerial move in the game, it's not just, I have this move out, but it's that I can just drift the whole time, and it's active for so long while I'm doing it. I just need one of the hits to connect, and then I can finish the job.
Yeah, went for the turnaround grab there instead of the up smash. But this is already a pretty significant lead. Eve absolutely cooking right now against this against notsmoke.
Yeah. Yeah, notsmoke was at that point that recovery was just perfectly covered. All right, I'm gonna drift low, and then I'm gonna try to like sneak back onto the stage. And he was like, no, I know what you're doing. I'm not letting you do that.
Yeah, exactly. One of the things is that Peach is supposed to be strong in the air. She's supposed to have a lot of tools that she can use in the air. So what happens when you face against a character like Puff that is just better than you in a lot of those ways, right? Puff doesn't have float, but Puff doesn't really need float, right?
Puff doesn't need float with that many jumps and like the wild aerial drift.
Yeah, exactly. And it really is that aerial drift that makes things tough. But the real X factor is Peach turn-ups. Now, granted,
yes,
Puff back air will eat through every single turn-up, except for Stitch Face. So when you do get Stitch Face, it actually kind of turns the matchup on its head. Puff has to be way more scared and way more respectful of you because Puff just absolutely cannot compete against Stitch.
I was like, I don't know if that kills on the flat yet or not.
Yeah, she's just been so consistent with those drill up smashes, the drill grabs. It is, I don't know what it is. It's like kind of a weird L cancel timing with Puff. Might be just because of like the fall speed, right?
Yeah.
But it can be a little bit.
Fall speed, multi hits get a little wonky sometimes.
Yeah, it can be a little weird. But Eve, she's been doing an awesome job nailing it every single time, and that kind of consistency is really important. The Foxes have to hit their drill shine up smashes, right?
Wow, I'm not sure if that was misspaced or if that was good SDI out, but either way, doesn't get the down air into the forward air like we expected.
Yeah, and for Peach, it would have been down air neutral. You don't have.
I meant neutral, not the crown.
Yeah, the crown that does work in
the wind up
in
just
Ultimate.
Takes too long.
Yeah, you can do. Missed the rest, and that's the unfortunate part, especially with the platform right there.
Is that the best punish you can get? Other than you just get lucky by pulling the right stitch?
Yeah, so normally if there's not a platform above you like that, you pull a turn up, you throw it up, you let it land on Puff, you try to up smash. But you have to be careful about that because I'm pretty sure if you're not perfect, or maybe it is just fake and I'm lying to everyone right now, but Puff can rest out of it sometimes if you're not tight with it.
Yes, yeah. It's all right. We're on commentary. We're allowed to lie to people.
Yeah.
It's like what they pay us
We're
for.
allowed to peddle a little misinformation every now and again. It's all for the agenda, for the Peach main agenda.
Oh, wait, never mind. I don't want to support that.
You've fallen into my trap.
I already lose to Peach. I don't need to lose to him more.
Yeah, and they banned wobbling.
It's fine.
Peaches keep winning.
It's been since 2019. That is one of my one.
Is it that long ago?
Yeah. Whenever I hear people literally in bracket, I'll have people that are like, is it legal? I'm like, no, it hasn't been legal for 6 years.
Yeah.
All right, huge stuff for Eve. Not just getting the W, but so dominantly.
Yes, that was clean.
If you're in a best of 5 and you're, we've been talking about, the fact that this is best of 5 the entire way through is going to be daunting and exhausting for a lot of players. if you're like, oh, that felt like an easy game one, you don't want to sleep on the person, you don't want to fully like autopilot, but they're like, oh, I can relax a bit. I don't need to spend all of my energy right away. I can run my level 1 or level 2 game plan for a bit.
So here's a little bit of an interesting fold in this particular matchup. Something to keep in mind, right? As a Puff player, if you have a % lead, right, you are in a dominant position because you don't have to approach. You can be very patient, you can wait for them, and you can really disengage a lot of the times and really play for time if you get that, if you get any sort of significant lead, like right now, right? The other side of that, though, is that if you don't try to push any of your advantages, Peach gets to pull more and more and more turn-ups, and eventually she will get that Stitch Face. So do you let the RNG run and potentially give Peach a comeback mechanic, or do you try to push your advantages and maybe put yourself at a little bit more risk than you normally would have to?
Yeah, that's always the question. Depends on if you start to see the Peach knitting. There's a few different things, too, but right now we're not seeing any of the super fast turnip pulls where they're clearly fishing for the RNG. Yeah. Like, I know it's a slot machine, but if I play enough, I will win eventually.
And on the contrary, I think that there's a lot of strength in Peach not throwing the turnip. Peach,
yep.
Yeah, that back air was, it's tough. It can be tough to get around, but he's doing a very good job. She went all the way out there where the magnifying glass was at in order to get that edge guard.
And say it is one of those, like, very tough to get around, but also when you see the Puff go that deep, it's like, oh, you do.
Yeah, we
like,
got Dot-Eyes, though. Dot-Eyes could kill right here. Unfortunate. But the
hey, we get it anyways. You try to avoid, and then that is one of the things about any projectile character, but especially Peach, is that, like, sometimes it's not about hitting with the turnip. It's about, like, how do they try to avoid it?
Exactly.
If they always try to jump over it, well, I'm going to hit them for that instead. Do they always try to, like, shield? Then I can run up and do something else. Like,
and vice versa, too, as well. You can sit there with a turnip in your hand. You can spam aerials, and then I'm whiffing on the aerial.
Oh, I like that roll read.
Yeah, that was nice. But, yeah, you can whiff on aerials and force them to block or roll or something like that, and then you have a turnip coming up right behind it.
Oh, notsmoke is starting to get some stuff that I wasn't seeing in the first game. I wonder if we're feeling a little bit more comfortable. We're settling down a bit.
Some movement mix-ups. This is going to be a really good stage for Peach as well in just about every matchup. Yeah, you gotta be a little bit more precise with those recoveries. Get lazy with your sweet spots. This is not a game that will forgive you.
No, it is not. This game does not forgive you for a lot, but that is one of the reasons we love it. Like, there is no game that feels better when you are in full control and actively, like, everything is doing exactly what you want it to. There's also no game that is more frustrating when you're like, I was barely off every time, and I know what I'm supposed to do, and I didn't reward the game enough.
The duality of gamer.
Yep. Sometimes the game rewards you, and sometimes you're like, I didn't deserve it. I didn't put in the time.
Yeah, but we see Eve going for the weak forward air to strong forward air to close that out.
Classic. And we were saying that notsmoke was pulling it back. We were seeing some stuff that we did not see, and then I think Eve was just like, nah. Like, I can bring it up a notch too, and not even in a crazy way. She was just like, all right, you're starting to hit me a little bit more difficult, like some more extended combos. You're getting a little bit more % on your neutral openings. Time to make sure you don't get those neutral openings.
Yeah, I like that quick FC Nair into the dash attack there, building up a little bit of % on Puff. Those things matter. Like the 2-hit combos instead of the 1-hits, it builds up, and it does matter. In a matchup like this, every little bit counts.
I mean, they're both just, you get the 2-hit and you're happy. You get, like, more and you're ecstatic. That's why we've talked about how, like, rest punishes aren't amazing until they're at, like, very high %.
Yeah, exactly.
Puff with a turnip, what will they do?
Truthfully, a lot of the time, your best bet is to roll the RNG and just charge forward smash and hope a frying pan is there.
Is frying pan, like, clearly the best of the items against
for Puff specifically, because it sends
higher,
vertically.
Yeah.
It's the vertical knockback that makes it so much better.
That makes sense.
Normally, in most matchups, you want to get Tennis Racket because it has, like, that brutal semi-spike angle, kind of like Dr. Mario back air.
And it makes a funny noise.
It does make a funny noise. I like all of the noise, like golf club, frying pan.
They are all good.
Great sound design.
Something about the Tennis Racket, like, whoop.
It's good. They cooked with that one.
They did. All right. She's taking the lead pretty quickly.
Oh, the Stitch Face!
All
right.
Do something. I need to see the magic happen. I need to see you bring it back.
Hungry Box wants to, oh, there
we
it
go,
is.
and gets the regrab. So we do have that Stitch still unlocked.
And we saw exactly that interaction. Puff tried to go for down air. Normally against other turnips, you would knock it away, but against Stitch Face, because of how strong the hitbox is, it eats through yours, and it ends up flying through and hitting Puff.
Yeah, if you're ever like, the Stitch feels like it has armor. It doesn't, but effectively it can get through like a couple
Functionally,
things. Yeah.
yes. Got the sweet spot there. Oh. Peach is playing dangerous games on the recovery against Puff.
Yeah, well, that's what I was trying to point out before, is that, like, yes, it's very hard for Peach to get through that, but also I'm not seeing a lot of, like, you know, the parasol opening and closing to get some of the like, different, like, quick drop height mix-ups.
Yeah.
But the problem is that those are still countered by, I was not ready for that to kill. I was fully being like, let's lead into the next edge scenario. Suddenly Peach just was off stage. Not even off stage.
You get one bad DI and it's curtains. Oh, block the up tilt.
It's the scariest part about back air is I need to hold out because I don't want to just get hit by a second back air.
Yeah. Oh,
but
wow.
if I hold out, what if I die? That was very early compared to a lot of we've seen Puff living to fairly high percents.
That's a really difficult hitbox to land, but if you can go for it, that up air is your best option of killing Puff. It's the best strong vertical knockback move that you have. The hitbox is just not quite there, and a lot of times Puff's aerial drift will make it impossible to hit, but we saw a choice placement there, and we got a good recovery as well. That accursed drill grab that Puff has.
Yep. Well, what you're saying about that up air hitbox is why I was talking about, like, some of the super low float mix-ups you can do. If just, like, I just need to get under the Puff so I can pop him up.
Yeah, able to survive on that trade.
Yeah, that one's going to do it, though. It's not that I'm...
All right,
it feels bad when it's like, it's not just like, oh, this recovery is difficult, but I'm not seeing the recovery mix-ups at all, really. It's just been like float straight back to stage or straight into the spot.
Yeah, not a lot of fastballs, not a lot of early air dodges.
Yeah.
The sweet spots have finally been there recently, but it might be a little bit too little too late.
We'll find out. We'll find out.
You just need a Stitch Face right now. Go pull it right now. Hey, you just forward air instead. Yeah, trying to get a safe pull. That is something very important about the Peach matchup. Why it could be difficult versus Puff, because with that aerial drift, the range with which you can pull turnip safely is a lot smaller than people will realize. Because even if you get the turnip out, if you're forced to block, that's still bad.
Yes. Yeah. And we were saying before, it's not just the hitting with the turnip. It is the what is their answer afterwards. And sometimes if your answer is just block too often, it's like, well, that's some shield pressure. I can now either float in with more shield pressure with an aerial, I can drop down grab, I can do like...
Yeah, and if you use your shield too much, now all of a sudden you're basically guaranteeing Puff gets a shield poke on that down air up smash. But hey, neutral air on this game 3. Will notsmoke be able to bring it back, or will she be able to take this home at 3-0?
The other two were both 3 stocks.
Yeah.
So the fact that notsmoke has clawed their way back into this game, he's doing a lot of work.
Yeah, but now off stage.
Oh, that was scary. That was scary. Yeah. It is still scary.
It's up. Oh,
barely got around that back air.
We got something.
Just a misspacing from Eve. She didn't quite have it there.
Yeah, I like that. Able to use the float early to grab ledge quickly.
All right, just rolls out of that pressure.
And we see Eve fishing for those down airs. It is a good tool. It is exactly what you want to be going for.
It will be the true kill confirm. There we go. There we go.
Yep, and the trade, and she ends up taking it 3-0 over notsmoke. A valiant effort by notsmoke there at the end. He did a very good job keeping that close in a matchup that is very difficult.
Yeah, especially like the adaptation from, I was like, oh, recovery seems a little bit rough, and by game 3, it wasn't some huge changes, but we were like, Eve was starting to whiff a little bit more. We saw the parasol